Let's go. Okay,
Let's go.
I don't know. We have this like nice like loop thing going on, which is kind of cool to see.
It's cool.
I honestly can't tell if anybody's in yet. Is there a counter? Oh, there is. Top left, we can see the number of viewers we have. So, should we like?
Oh, you put Twitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Might be worth moving it to the top of the message, so people see it whenever they first read the message.
Oh, in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I shall adjust. I also should mute my Discord. All right. Move it to the top. Wait, the link? I feel like everybody else just like
Oh, there's
leaves it.
people.
Oh,
How's
whoa!
it going,
Oh my
y'all?
god! Hello. You caught us looking at Discord. So I guess I don't know. We have 1 minute left before we get started. Should we start on time? I don't know. What do you think?
We can give it like 2 minutes to wait. See if there's anyone from YouTube joining in.
We'll give it 2 minutes. Indeed. It's Cat! We gotta love the lettuce love.
Excited for some lettuce games.
You know what? I wonder if we could like... Oh my god. We could totally change the brand color here, but I don't want to do anything that's irreversible. So I'm going to save the brand color and we're going to change this to like a nice lettuce green before we get started.
Nice. The lettuce green.
I don't think that's lettuce green yet. That's a little better.
What if we changed our names to Ryan Lettuce? Alice and Lettuce.
Adding lettuce to it. Okay. I'm gonna add it to my headline actually.
Oh, you right.
Bam bam. Oh, but it just makes it taller. Go. That's kind of funny. Okay. No channel point rewards. Honestly, I don't really know how to do that.
Same.
Howdy, y'all.
How's it going?
Yeah, how's it going, folks? It's another beautiful... Is it sunny outside? I don't know. I've been inside with my blinds closed the entire day, so... I think it's sunny at least. Lettuce Tetris.
Oh yeah, how was the Tetris game? Do you have any speedy people out there?
Competitive. Ooh.
Dang.
Bad RNG? Sounds like a skill issue. maybe I mean there's no way it was like bad for the entire game, right? But you guys played how many games? Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. I have all 3 of them are Star Wars posters, funnily enough. This tiny one though is really tiny for a reason, because that was a fan film that I did while I was in college. So if you guys are somehow able to like figure out what that is, I'd be very surprised. Anyway, I think it's been 2 minutes past 4 o'clock, so I think it's about time for us to get started. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. We're playing some lo-fi music in the background. If it's kind of bothering you guys, or you guys want to change a pace, just like let us know.
I get it.
This is our first stream together. Well, actually, no, it's our second one. So we got the double Ryan L action here, and today we're going to be talking about game design. Basically, how to figure out and plan your game if you haven't already. I know when I was trying to do this Global Hack Week stuff, I didn't actually get started until like 2 days before the event, and then I never submitted anything. But that's just me. Anyway, Ryan, did you want to say anything before we get started?
I think there's nothing else. I guess for introductions, I'm Ryan Lolu. I am the third Ryan MLH coach, right after the Ryan to my left. And my favorite vegetable is lettuce, so the L in Lolu is for lettuce.
Yes, the L in lay also stands for lettuce. For context, we were just talking like a mad ton about lettuce yesterday in our, what's it called? What was the stream that we did? The type racing stream. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started. So, we have a beautiful, beautiful, like collaborative whiteboard that we have set up that documents like the majority of the process. I'm going to go ahead and share a view link so that you guys may join us. Actually, wait, I forgot where I put it. 1 second. Unless Ryan, you can beat me.
Let me get it real quick too. All right, got it.
You got it? Okay, can you paste it? In chat? Chippy chippy choppa choppa.
Okay. Is that the right one? Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's kind of really hard to copy. Okay, anyway,
Yeah.
links in chat if you guys want to hop in and see what's going on. So I guess, oh, we'd love to see all these cursors. Okay, so we have very broadly like 5 columns. The main 3 that we're going to talk about is pre-production, production, and post-production. Those are referred to the general stages of, I guess, like launching any really large project. Where production is the development, pre-production is the envisioning, and post-production is just like, now that you're done, what do you do with it? So on the left wing, we actually have a Darling Graveyard. Anybody who's done anything creative knows what it feels like to think so hardly about like this thing that you're super proud of, that you really want to have happen in your project, and then find out that like it kind of doesn't work. So I like to keep a Darling Graveyard, so any good ideas will end up there that don't make the cutting block. And then on the right, we have a bunch of resources for you guys to click into and see what's going on, see what else we can bounce to. So the way that this stream will work is Ryan and I will basically run through how we would kind of go about designing a game, and we're going to ask for help from you guys to help us figure something out. There's no promises as to whether or not we'll actually make this thing, but I will say that by the end of this, we should have a pretty good idea on how to build the game after the design's done. Anyway, let's get started. Very first step of pre-production is goal planning. I mean, it kind of like says all of the things that
I guess
yeah,
to
go ahead.
jump in to we also there's some new software called MakeReal on the drawing platform that we're on right now, TL Draw. And if we have time, we might be able to even create a prototype in that. So we can all work together on creating this game and trying to work out all of the requirements, and hopefully we'll have something by the end of it.
Yeah.
All right.
I see
begin.
you in chat, Pharaoh. Do you recommend TL Draw for this type of use? And honestly, yeah. You don't have to use specifically TL Draw. This just happens to be our collaborative whiteboard tool of choice. If you just look up like whiteboard in Google, you'll see a bunch of different options as far as things to collaborate with. We just like it because it's really clean, it's really easy to share, and has really cool features. And it's open source. Ryan was just sharing that there's a fork of TL Draw that allows you to use a generative AI model to kind of like take your visual prototypes and make it into like a working prototype. so to speak. Really cool.
And we'll demo that
Yeah.
towards the end of this, so it'll be exciting.
Absolutely. Jamboard is another option. It's not as suavemente as TL Draw, to be honest. To each their own. If you like to use it, absolutely go for it. There's nothing wrong with using Jamboard, other than the fact that Google might axe that project and it might disappear off the face of the earth. Suave lettuce. Yes.
Lettuce.
Okay. I think it's time for us to begin. So, goal planning. What is it that we hope to achieve? Now, this is going to be kind of like a collaborative process. I guess, like, for this hack week, guys, if you guys are planning on submitting a project or doing something, what are your goals? What is it that you're hoping to do?
Yeah, so I guess let's try to generate some ideas to make a game too while we're at it. So I guess for the game that we're all going to be making together here and designing, what type of game are you guys looking for? Get the camera controls working and buy a head of lettuce so I can test my game. Honestly, that's a great idea. What if we had a shop in the game where you can buy lettuce? You know what? Let's just go for a lettuce themed game. Why not? I guess let us do it while we're already here, you know? So let's just add to the board some sticky notes that you can create by tapping N. And let us add shop to the game. So as far as planning, we want to have a shop system. And this might include buying lettuce. Oh. Nice cursor. All right.
Somebody found a laser pointer.
Where did the lettuce come from? So, do you want to get into the backstory of lettuce?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So, yesterday we had a stream whenever we were playing Type Racer, where we just got into the conversation about talking about lettuce and why lettuce is great. So, the reason why it's great is because some people can eat lettuce pretty fast, and it's also really impressive. In fact, Ryan here in our stream has a history of eating lettuce pretty fast. If you want to talk about it.
Yeah, long story short is I used to run Lettuce Club at my university. And Lettuce Club, for those who are uninitiated, is a club where a bunch of people meet up, they eat a single head of lettuce as fast as they can, and whoever eats it fastest gets crowned head lettuce and leads the next competition. Back in my days, a whole of 2 years ago, I was able to finish my head of lettuce in about 6 minutes and 12 seconds. And I was so proud of this, in fact, that I made a Discord server for the Lettuce Club branch at my university and added it to my Discord bio. So if you guys see my Discord bio, that's what kind of prompted a lot of the discussion on the lettuce stuff in our stream yesterday.
It's
So yeah,
honestly a lot.
Lettuce
of
Club
fun.
is a thing. Look it up. I'm pretty sure there's a really lengthy Wikipedia article on it, and I think there's like a decent sized, like longer than you would expect, documentary somewhere on YouTube on the origins of Lettuce Club.
You know, that's
Nothing
all
stopping you
right.
from starting your own.
Start your own.
Yeah.
Spread the word of lettuce. But yeah, I guess going back to it, I guess to kind of crowdsource some ideas here, what type of game are y'all wanting to just real quickly prototype this stream? Are y'all wanting to do anything platformy to kind of go with March 10th yesterday? Mario Day?
Yeah, honestly, March has a lot of very good themed days. We have Mario Day if you guys are lacking for inspiration, which was yesterday, March 10th, because when you spell it out, March 10th, it kind of looks like
Mario.
And then we also have Pi Day, which is 3-14. And then we also have some like lettuce themed ideas if we want. I guess for this stream, since let's see, a vertical scroller.
I like the idea.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just like seeing like a bunch of activity going on in chat. Let's see. My town has a Lettuce Day festival. That's awesome. When are you gonna partake? um, I'm going to hopefully successfully configure Java's data sockets program between the server and clients for transferring. Whoa. Two-dimensional Java swing game. That sounds pretty spicy. A clicker game with eating lettuce? Dude, I would love to see it. Lettuce days, day of lettuce, where lettuce be lettuce. Okay,
It's
I want to
too
hear what
real.
like day of lettuce is. Is the decision of the game engine included in the pre-production step? Yeah, honestly, I would put it in like after I figure out like my design. Um, this whole like goal planning thing was just like these are like things that you should have answers to before you actually start development. So yeah, picking a game engine would be included here. Mario game where lettuce is replaces mushrooms. I like the idea of that.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
to get back into everything, I guess for type of game, I guess Clicker's an easy game to do this time, and should be pretty easier for a prototyping tool. But vertical scrolling should also be one too. Which one would you guys prefer? Clicker game or vertical scrolling game?
I think we also had the 2D horizontal side scroll like platformer.
I love the Ryan. If I make you a lettuce clicker, would you play it? Which Ryan?
I
Ryan
think Cat
now?
might be
Which
referring
Ryan
to
now?
both of us.
Both of us? I would totally play it. I have a
100%.
for
I would bookmark
Frank
it.
MLH. Yeah, I'm sure all three of us would love to play a lettuce clicker game. I think it'd be a lot of fun. You know, if you make it before Wednesday, we can watch some lettuce be eaten. It'd be a lot of fun.
I give you permission to ping us whenever you have a working prototype that you can share.
Oh,
Smart clicks. I'm gonna be real. We're streaming from like a third-party service that's called StreamYard. I'm not sure if we have access to that. You already started a lettuce clicker. That is a pretty good joke.
oh my gosh, I love lettuce clicker. I'm excited for that. Yeah, I don't know how to turn on the smart click map extension, but I guess we could just voice it out in chat real quick. Whoever mentions the first type of game, we can go with.
Yeah, make things easier. I'll just like add a number to these guys. So seems like our top 3 options.
2D vertical scroller. All right, let's do it. Okay, so the type of game that we're going with is a 2D vertical scroller. So I guess that kind of opens it up to what engines we want to go with. Oh shoot. Yeah. Okay. So let's go with the 2D vertical scroller. Sorry. And for engine, there's so many engines out there. In fact, I think there's a game engine search site or game engine DB site. If you go to enginesdatabase.com, and in there you can view like all of the hundreds of game engines that have been built. Of course, the most popular being Godot, Unity, or Unreal Engine, and honestly, they each have their perks and their pros and cons, and there's no engine that is better than the others. Just not Unity engine. Yeah. So I guess for this, for prototyping reasons, we don't really have to get too much into what engine we do want to use. But this could be an open-ended question that anyone can solve whenever they're trying to go with an engine to pick. And honestly, I think the biggest hurdle for picking an engine is what languages you're familiar with. So, yeah. Right. Okay, and then let's go ahead and answer some more questions here. So we've gone with a 2D vertical scroller. So how would we, who would our target audience be? Would it be people who design games, people who play games? What do y'all think? If we're going for a game that's about clicking lettuce, we're probably going for people who are probably a little bit more relaxed, have a lot of extra time on their hands. They're probably on the younger side if they're playing a clicker game or a scroller game. So let's go ahead and what's the player gonna look like? They're gonna look like a player that enjoys lettuce in their free time. So let's go ahead and just for target audience, let's go ahead and just select a young gamer.
Here we go. By the way,
Alright.
I just wanted to share this like random website. This person does not exist.com. You just keep on refreshing that. You will eventually find somebody that looks like a gamer, and we're just going to pretend that that's our gamer.
Yep. All right, and then I guess do you want to continue with the goal planning?
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess the objective here is to kind of, let's see. We already have our type of game. What is it that we want to like achieve here? Our goal here is to just basically go through the full design process of a game. So let's just say that our goal is to design with the intent for finishing a game for this hackathon. So the goal, finish a game. Bam. Nice and not too crazy of a goal as long as we make sure that we keep things well scoped. Let's see. I think we've answered most of the questions under goal planning. So we can start moving on to game pitches to figure out like how we're going to kind of flavor our game. We know that it's a 2D vertical side scroller. And we know that we want to have some sort of a mechanic for buying lettuce. So I assume that means we should have some sort of a system for doing something with lettuce. Like maybe like lettuce power-ups. Or maybe we should make it so that like the lettuce is
Lettuce is a
like
lie.
the thing that keeps us alive. Maybe we have like a hunger meter and like we just can only satiate it and keep on jumping if we have lettuce. I think for a vertical scroller, we would also need to have some sort of like a jumping, climbing mechanic. So maybe we have like a procedurally generated platform arrangements. What would the character look like? Ryan Frito. Like a potato chip? Maybe.
I guess what is the goal to win the game? How do you win? Oh no, in your lettuce game?
I'm gonna be real, you don't actually have to be that crazy with the procedure generation. Maybe you just like have it so that it's just like a randomness. It doesn't have to be fair. As long as it's done right. But yeah, honestly, procedural generation sounds quite challenging. Haven't implemented one myself. So you're already doing better than me. The character looks like a potato chip. I'm totally down with that. Instead of a potato chip company, we make it look like a potato chip. Like a nice hyperboloid. Maybe like what kind of a chip are you feeling? You feeling like a nice like a Pringles chip? Or are we feeling like a weird like a wavy kind of deal?
Real quickly,
Or maybe one that looks like a full three-dimensional potato.
If you're going for procedural generation, I might recommend checking out wave function collapse. It's a really, really cool algorithm that I would highly recommend. It's so enjoyable to implement. Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah,
Wave
no,
function
it's a
collapse is
really
so much fun.
cool looking. It's a really cool algorithm. honestly, like the name itself is enough to inspire awe in anybody who looks at your game. So if you can just like smack that in your description somewhere, absolute gamer vibes. I think that might be a little bit overkill for a vertical like a vertical platformer, but honestly, go ham. Okay. Anybody else want to see anything else show up in this pitch? If there is, feel free to just like drop your idea in chat, and we'll revisit this as soon as we can. I think we have enough here for me to background ideas. By background ideas, are you talking about? Oh, for your game? You should just like have for this game. Okay. For this game, let's see. Are you talking about like trying to figure out what to draw like for the background art? So late, forgot about this stream. Well, thanks for joining us anyway. Not too much has gone on yet, other than us going through this awesome template that we've been working on. Ryan, if you want to repaste the link.
Oh, yeah. This is a link to the engines database where you can find hundreds of game engines that are out there, because no single game engine is better than the others.
Oh, also the link to this
Oh,
whiteboard.
the link to that teal draw. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Thanks.
Sorry. Okay, there you go. Kind of hard to copy, but this is where we're currently in the board. We just ask that you guys don't try to grief the board or don't try to do anything that wouldn't be following a malicious code of conduct. So, yeah. Please don't use the laser pointer and go and squiggle all around the viewing, please. Thank you. Oh yeah, we probably want a pretty cool background. Parallax backgrounds? Ooh, that's fun. I guess these are a good amount of ideas so far. If we have any other ideas throughout the rest of the stream, we can go back and add some onto this list. So, you want to continue?
Yeah, let's move on. So early on in the game design process, you'll hear people talking about the game design doc, the GDD. If you guys are like ever on the game dev subreddit, a lot of people, I mean, there's going to be a lot of advice on making sure that you actually like have one of these, because this thing is the thing that kind of plans out everything. So that's kind of separate from this template that we have going on here, because it's mostly focused on, I guess, like kind of like the big picture. What is it that you're planning on actually doing, and what are the like finalized details? Whereas this whiteboard is more of like a whiteboard that you just kind of like add your brainstorming to. So I guess for here, it sounds like we've been kind of working towards some idea of a vertical scroller where we use lettuce in some way. So I think we should start kind of like trying to, let's try to grasp this idea into a single sentence, and that can be our pitch for describing what our project is. I think between having a hunger mechanic and lettuce being a power-up, what do you guys think is better? Personally, I think a hunger mechanic might be interesting. I haven't seen that too much in vertical scrollers, but at the same time, I don't play too many vertical scrollers. The last one that I really remember was like Doodle Draw, I think, or Doodle Jump. If you guys remember that, like the OG like mobile device games. Anyway, I don't know, Ryan, what do you think? Or chat, what do you guys think?
I think it might be a good idea to figure out what you do to win the game. So what is the game winning mechanic? Because it might help us formulate the game summary pitch.
Good point. Let's go back up to the brainstorm section. Yes, you're already ahead of me. I'll let you handle it.
All right. Do you guys have any ideas of how you guys want to make this game winnable? Do you want to make it like a leaderboard where the highest person ranking in the leaderboard wins? Do you want to have a boss defeat to win? What do y'all think? If we have no ideas, we can go for a. I guess. Do you want to make it like an RPG? A 2D vertical
An
scroller RPG?
RPG? How are you planning on doing that?
Okay, so I'm not the most familiar with vertical scrollers. I'm gonna be completely real, but from a quick look, it sounds like an Atari type of game, right? I feel like it'd be kind of cool to have some lettuce that you farm, and the goal is to maybe get off of an island, and get to buy your own private lettuce island. What about that?
Okay. So
Kind of crazy.
is
Or
that
we
just
can take it.
like a motivation flavor, or like how are you planning on adding like mechanics to support that?
What if we have lettuce crops that you can plant and harvest?
I'm
We're gonna
not
move a
sure that
little bit away from
belongs
RPG.
in a. I guess like one way you could do that is by making it so that like as you're like climbing up a mountain, you like plant like lettuce seeds wherever you are, and then I guess that's the way that you can kind of plant lettuce, in order to accumulate more. Where's that picture of a city thing? Oh my god, making an RPG is simple. Rabbits or worms, worms. Oh, by the way, the picture. 1 second. The picture of the city was an example of the wave function collapse algorithm for procedural generation. Yeah, that's why that's there. I think that was just supposed to be a reference to that. Wabbits.
We could pivot a little bit and maybe instead of a 2D vertical scroller, we can just have a top-down view game.
Yeah. Okay. Change it. Okay.
We'll have a lettuce farming game.
Top-down view. Well, I think you pitched the idea of like making it an RPG, a lettuce farming game. So I guess
lettuce
is this
farming
becoming like a
RPG.
farming simulator? Lettuce farming RPG.
Honestly, farming
RPG.
different kinds of lettuce and just some lettuces are harder than others, like cabbage. Could be bosses.
I suppose.
Any other ideas?
The lettuce clicker is giving me ideas. Probably not this week, but it might happen. Okay. Honestly, I think something that's really nice about these global hack weeks is it encourages you to just kind of make a game and just like see it through to the end. And it doesn't have to be like anything crazy. You can just keep the scope really small and you'll be able to walk out of it with a game. Some advice that I saw from like a really cool like Twitch streamer, it's called Pirate Software. He talks about the idea of I think it was him, it might be somebody else, who talks about the idea of making sure that you like actually finish games. Like if you want to make games, just like make the thing. Make sure you finish it. And so in other words, don't be like starting like really big ambitious projects all the time, because you're probably not going to get a chance to finish those. If you build up your skills, you can get to that better what's it called, like reinforcement cycle. Wow, my psychology just totally just like left my brain. Anyway, yeah, making ideas. Yes, love for Pirate Software. Okay, I'm gonna catch up on chat real quick.
Is cabbage related to lettuce or is it something totally different? Do you want to talk about it, Ryan?
Good question. I think they're related in the fact that they're plants. I believe like, was it cabbage? No, I'm thinking of. Honestly, no, I can't say anything. I don't actually know how related they might be.
What about the Cabbage Club bylaws with cabbage? You want to talk about that one?
Oh my god, the lettuce bylaws. It's gonna have to take me a bit, because I don't have it all memorized. I know I'm a heathen, but I can paste the bylaws.
Cabbage is pretty dense compared to lettuce and a lot harder to eat. You can't consume it very fast, so they're pretty dense. So I think that'd be a
Yeah.
pretty cool boss to have in this game. What do you think? Cabbage boss?
Adding a cabbage boss. Okay.
Yeah, so we can
Green
yeah,
rabbits.
let's go with the idea of raising lettuce and cabbage with water and fertilizer while rabbits and worms try to eat it. Okay. Yeah. I think that's a cool idea. So our kind of antagonist in this game is gonna be rabbits and worms. Okay, so let's go ahead and add that. So we're gonna have oh, I think we already have that, right? Rabbits and worms as our antagonist. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and
And
move
emus.
on to the game design document and let's work on our game summary pitch. So what describes our game basically? Any ideas from chat? Anyone want to give the grandiose game pitch? If not, do you have anyone? Okay, so let's just go with a. You're a lettuce farmer trying to make it big in the world, to make it big in the world, while dealing with angry rabbits. Let's do that. And then the genre would be, would this be a farming game, a farming simulator?
Sounds like it. Trying to make it big in the world while dealing with angry rabbits. So it's kind of like maybe like a static like map, and we just like see all of our crops, and it could almost turn into like a tower defense. But I think a farming simulator is probably a bit simpler to design for and implement. So yeah, let's go with that. Sorry if I've been a little bit absent. I found out that I have a very slow reading comprehension while on stream. Anyway, so we have a genre. We already have our target audience. That was from above. I think a good point of inspiration here is we'd love to see it. Whoa, why is my sticky note now transparent? That's kind of sad. Bam, bam. Okay. What's that game? Stardew Valley.
Yes, I love Stardew Valley. So
I
much
think it's a
fun.
really good like visual aesthetic. I honestly haven't played it, so I can't figure out like what mechanics we should bring over. I do know we could also. I think Minecraft is another really good one. I'm more familiar with how Minecraft farming works. Like you literally just like I think you just hoe the ground, and then you add the plant seed, and then I don't know. Do you even have to water it, or does it just like grow by itself? I'm pretty sure it just grows by itself.
Yeah, if there's water nearby. I love the ideas of different farming games kind of inspiring this. So I already go ahead and filled in, or went ahead and filled in the target audience, which would be young kids, probably people who play iPad apps, because it's more chill and laid back, which is the kind of vibe we're going for here. I guess to build on some player experiences, what do we want them to feel while playing this game? We definitely want them to be relaxed. Should be a very nice and laid back experience. Anything else?
Sorry, I'm just like caught up with this quote. It's with this pitch idea. I don't know if you saw this. Oh wait, maybe you did. Oh, I'm just really slow. I just wanted to like flex that. Thought it was really funny.
I like that. We should make the game pitch summary of that. Let us invite you to your farming dream, fighting angry rabbits along the way.
Oh. You beat me
Alright.
to it.
I love it. Okay, what do y'all want to feel while playing this game? What if Pumpkin Patch Farming was a DLC? A pumpkin DLC to a lettuce game. Min
Patch
starting
farming
height is
and
not
height.
defined.
Yeah. Honestly, I think we are gonna need some water to make any plants grow. Was there something in particular you were talking about with the pumpkin patch farming?
Oh, me?
Sorry, no, I was looking in chat. Pumpkin patch farming. Oh, it's a game? Sorry, I'm really uncultured. Pumpkin patch farming. Game.
I feel you, Greyvox Live. Honestly, I've been wanting to make a clicker game for so long. I miss the days of clicker. The best way to pass time. Are those Minecraft wood emojis?
The only one that I could find was this.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know if this is it. Oh, pumpkin panic. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's the only one that I could find. Pretty cool game, honestly. I'm just gonna take this.
It's giving me Don't Starve vibes. I really like it.
And full art style. Nice, like, I guess it's like a two-dimensional like plane that they're walking on with a lot of two-dimensional sprites, but it's still a 3D game. Very hand-drawn aesthetic. Super cool. Okay, so I guess nice. It shows us the controls, which shows us like the player like agency. So yeah, I think this would be a really good like point of reference for inspiration. Honestly, if we don't end up like, I feel like this would be like the main one, honestly. Oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah, Cat, you're so right. Oh, bad streamer. Yes, please check in, everybody. That helps us run these streams.
If you enjoy eating lettuce, be sure to sign in. You know, maybe one day if we get enough sign-ins, we can have Ryan eat lettuce live on stream. Beat the record. Faster than 6 minutes, 12 seconds.
Maybe. Yeah, that is
One
my
day, one
record.
day.
Cat, even if I wanted to, and I kind of do, it's not within our power. Even Dimmer can't do it. Anyway. Okay, let's get back to it. Dev software. Well, we're not actually going to be making this game, so I guess we don't really need to fill it out. but some good like software picks for a game like this, I would probably go for like maybe like some like pixel art aesthetic, as per like any drawing app that you want. YouTube channels, say like, subscribe. Please check in. Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's great. It's even though like technically you can buy like a license for Asperite like off of Steam, if you compile the binary yourself, you can get it for free as it comes off of GitHub. Making code for it right now. Yes. True gamers compile it from source. Anyway, moving on. Oh, Ryan, I think we can hear a lot of like background noise.
Hold on. Sorry about that.
Just a heads up. Okay. So normally we also had a theme interpretation section in the game design doc, because normally this is for like some sort of a game jam kind of deal. This isn't a game jam since this is, I guess, like Global Hack Week and you have a lot of opportunities, but it really helps to like kind of figure out what you're doing if you start adding constraints. And so focusing in on a particular theme and like interpreting it in a different way is kind of nice. So I guess in this case, our theme interpretation would be like, let us have fun. We make lettuce the goal of the game, or like a core mechanic. So yeah, I think that's a nice way to kind of round out our GDD section. If you guys want like more information or like a better example on how to make a game design doc, I highly recommend you just like check out the link that's pasted in this frame right here. All right, moving on. This is where we can start figuring out like the concept art to figure out like what the visual aesthetic of the game's gonna look like. If we were competing in an actual game jam, we would probably spend a lot more time on this. But since it's just like a game design stream, we're probably just going to... Oh, keep on getting disconnected from chat. Honestly, I would be totally down to code this game. Right now, we don't have another stream slot for it though. So maybe we'll just like do this on the side and like post updates and make a submission ourselves. Because to be honest, well, it's not like there's any like judging going on for this game stream. So I guess anybody, like even us, could submit something.
We'll be showing how some... Yeah, we'll be semi-rapid prototyping this in Make Real, which is a new thing that TL Draw is coming out with. So if you show up to the last 30 minutes of the stream, you'll see this kind of in work. Kind of cool. We'll show you later.
Honestly, wait, there might be more stream slots. We aren't currently signed up for it. We can try to convince Mary, who's the hackathon manager who like manages all the streams, to see if she can let us into another stream slot. But right up until now, it's gonna be to be determined. Farmer Doug McDonald. A farm in rural Tasmania. Wow. All right. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Oh, okay. So we got our main characters and we got the setting. Thank you for the crowdsource. I love it. I love it. So our setting is going to be in rural Tasmania. That's going to be an interesting one, especially to design. So I like it. Okay. I guess what are we going for, like a cyberpunk theme here? Are we going for a very laid back farmer type thing? I think cyberpunk would be so funny. It'd be so chaotic.
The cyberpunk farming lettuce. Totally here for it. Cat, the super participant. Loving to see it.
Do we want to have a sidekick character, like a pet?
Maybe
You
it's
know, I
like
feel like-
oh
Oh,
yeah.
you go.
I was gonna like make a pitch that like maybe we like make like the email instead of like a villain, it's the sidekick. Rex the dingo. Oh. I like the idea. Yeah. By the way, chat, if you guys are like in the whiteboard, you guys can add sticky notes by pressing N and then just like typing in whatever it is that you need. That way it doesn't feel so micromanagey. Anyway, side note, if you guys are like trying to figure out like the concept art, at this stage there's a lot of generative AI tools. If you guys are fine with the moral implications of this, you could totally use that to try to figure out some of your concept arting. Antagonist Bugs Bunny, leader of the rabbit. You know what? I could see it happening. Oh, what's going on in chat? 8.5 channel points. MLH AFK stream when Ryan Frito trolled us. What did I troll us on?
Might be the URL.
The URL.
Main antagonist Bugs Bunny, leader of the Rabbit Menace. That's
Oh.
nice. I like that. Oh, let's add that. Okay, the narrative of how bunnies are just terrorizing heads of lettuce. So we have our narrative here. We're trying to farm out in this rustic world in rural Tasmania, trying to make a living for ourselves. When these rabbits keep trying to, things go astray. There was Rickroll. Funny. What equipment do we want to have for this game? Any funny ideas?
Well, I think lettuce is probably a solid start as
Or
far as
mulch with
props and
lettuce.
equipment goes. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like the thing that we're building, so technically it's still a prop.
What about cookies, just to give a little bit of homage, and maybe as a power up?
Wait, are we doing a clicker game? Oh,
It's a farming
honestly,
game.
I thought we
but-
were still doing the farming simulator.
Yeah, we're doing farming simulator still. I think it's just a funny add-on. Eat cookies for some power-ups. Probably some standard farming tools. You know, we can have it go through wood to stone, to iron, to diamond. Another little homage.
Minecraft call out. Easter egg.
Yeah, if you guys want to add any more, feel free. All right, let's go ahead and move over to production. Unless we have any other ideas for concept art. Dang, Cat. Sorry to hear the pizza's not in the oven yet. Do you want to take over this section, Ryan?
Yeah, sure. So for primary mechanics, I guess the hard and fast like definition is already listed. These are the things that are basically what the player does in order to actually like start progressing towards their end goal. And so in this case, our end goal is to just like farm a bunch of lettuce. So I imagine a big thing that we would need to have like is the ability to plant lettuce seeds. And then another thing that we would have to decide is like whether or not the lettuce like seeds would need any sort of maintenance or like upkeep in order to like actually grow them. So like, do we want to make that something that grows passively or actively? And then we also need to find a way, since it seems like we have some antagonists, to have some sort of like way to like shoo the pests away. So I think at minimum we would need some sort of like shooing mechanic. Shoo the pests away. And then I'm also just going to add active or passive growing of the plants. Now at this stage, we don't even technically need, like in a farming simulator, we don't always need a avatar. So whether or not we have an avatar also just dictates whether we have the like movement mechanics to figure out. So what about we shoot the pests away with the lettuce gun 3000? Okay, you didn't have me in the first part, but you had me in the second half. I like the idea of gently persuading pests away with a lettuce gun. Very, very convincing idea. At least you have me convinced. The lettuce farm overlord. Is this like kind of like an omniscient character that like has an avatar? Or is this like one without an avatar that's just like kind of like the abstract idea of a lettuce lord? Oh, okay. Leaf Blower Pro Max. I'm getting big leaf blower vibes. Move the mouse around the screen to move. Okay. So yeah, I guess we can treat this more like a, like, you know, like RPG game or RTS games where like real-time strategy games where you use the mouse to kind of like pan around the screen, like the idea. Oh, are you having trouble getting that sticky note in the frame? Adding it. Yes. Good place to put it. Okay, so I guess if we were to... Not me just like slowly tracking Cat as Cat drags the thing around. Okay. I think if we're going with Cat's idea, we're going to need some sort of camera pan. Although I don't know if that's the mechanic so much as it is just like a camera thing.
Design.
Yeah. It's not too important. This is just a planning doc. This doesn't like dictate that like, hey, everything that's here has to be done. All right. As far as secondary mechanics go, these are things that I guess like aid us as like secondary things. We already have some examples here: lettuce trading and hiring with lettuce minions. Perfect examples of secondary mechanics. I guess I think it'd also be good to just like add in a shop system. Or maybe that's part of lettuce trading. Maybe it's instead of like having any currency, the lettuce is the currency. Like the thing that measures our success is also part of the thing that we can trade out for like currency. Okay, I like that idea. I think if we come up with any more mechanics or ways that like we kind of interact with the world, we can come back and add them in here. Otherwise, we can pop over to, I guess, like level design. So something that's always important is trying to figure out how to like onboard new users to your game. Because if you have a game where it doesn't make sense, like what's going on, well, you just have to like make sure that you gently introduce the mechanics to them, so it's not like, oh my god, I have a lot of things I need to be doing at the same time, or like a lot of things to like learn at the same time. Well, my English got really bad. Lettuce lottery. I like the idea of having a lettuce lottery.
Oh, what if we had lettuce cases? Get some lettuce skins?
Lettuce skins.
That'd be kind of cool too, though, to have a more viable market strategy.
This is quickly
Lettuce
becoming
skins?
like a economy simulator.
It'd be cool to have some vanity on your lettuce. Maybe you have a romaine lettuce rather than an iceberg lettuce. Kind of cool.
Maybe.
Change the type of lettuce you start out with, or that you farm.
I'm gonna add that under brainstorm stuff.
Custom lettuce skins. Vanity lettuce skins.
I'm always a big fan of like adding hats to things that wouldn't normally wear hats. Like if you guys have ever played like Super Auto Pets, they have some like wonderful art. It's all like based
I
off
love
of
the
like the
emoji.
Microsoft emoji pack. Let's see. Look at these beautiful guys and gals. Hats. Yes. Oh. I can't find a really good. There we go. Let's just open image in a new tab. There we go. Good example of hats on like everything. Anyway. Let's see. Let's see what we have cooking over in the tutorial. Teaches how to restock seeds and plant them. Shows you around the map. I think we should also probably like include something on introducing and like the pests. I'm gonna call them pests, not enemies, because we don't like to hurt animals unless we have to. Self-defense, I swear. Introducing pests and shoeing mechanic. Nice taco hat. Lettuce head with a lettuce hat? Honestly, I'm down to see it. Okay. So normally in game design, the like mechanics game stuff is completely separate from the level design stuff. And normally we can't actually start doing any level design until like the game is kind of like more like fleshed out and we have something that's kind of working. But it's always good to like remember that there's a difference between the different levels of design, and that content design is separate. Sorry, level and content design is separate from like the actual implementation and like gameplay loop design. Anyway, so I guess like the way that we can kind of imagine, let's see, what's a good way to progress from here? Would it be good to maybe like sketch out like a lo-fi of like what the entire like screen would look like with the UI and I guess like what the map looks like?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for reposting, Kat.
I guess we can also draw in the TL draw too. If we want to do some top-down ideas. We can actually add a frame for this if we want.
Yeah, let's just sketch it out.
Anybody want to draw out what they're thinking about right now? How to build this out? So we can have like a circle where our player is, This is our bean.
The
I think
Unity
if you all
bean.
know the Unity bean. So this is our player. Are we gonna say there's like different lettuce objects all around? Oh, a backpack. Like it, like it.
Honestly, I'm waiting for the date that like one of these like browsers just like allows us to like download stuff without having to translate them into like transparent. Like maybe like a nice like right click menu to just like download as transparent from the internet would be so nice.
This is a hoe to dig up the crops.
Totally valid, Cat. I didn't even think about the whole user flow of people downloading things from the internets.
All right, so I guess for this game, are we? Oh, I just noticed this hat. That's fire. The taco hat on the side. Okay, so I guess for this, do we really have levels in a game like this, or is it more of a we have this world and we're just constantly evolving the environment?
Hmm.
I think question.
Two good questions. Let's answer Cat's question first. Is the bean a character or lettuce minion? Ryan?
I think the bean right now is the main lettuce main character, the lettuce farmer. But we can have like a tiny bean that's horizontal. That's like the bean minion, like a bean dog.
The bean dog.
Okay,
That is pretty funny.
we got the lettuce minion. And I guess the characters can just go around and go to different crops and farm them, and that's how we get points. So it feels like a mini game to me, which is this actually looks kind of fun, to be honest. I'm excited for whenever we get to demo this out with Make Real. So, what are your thoughts, Kat, on the minion? Top Ryan is Ryan from MLH. Bottom Ryan is MLH from Ryan. You're right. Yeah. MLH is actually from me. I'm the one who started MLH. No, I'm kidding. Hi, Polar V. How's it going? Oh,
Welcome,
it's like a
welcome.
status. Oh, I like the lettuce or the not lettuce. Sorry, the XP bar. Everything's lettuce
Nice.
now. And they have like a lettuce or a score. Sorry.
Yeah, for like each lettuce that we have, we increase it. We bean minion.
With lettuce minion.
W
Ooh,
lettuce minion. Yeah.
This is cool. I guess we would have like a shop icon on the top right, or somewhere around here.
Oh right, we do need another way to do that. Cat with it again.
Thank you, Kat, for coming in clutch. I love the ideas. Oh, sorry.
I was like trying to remember like for the longest time like that we needed to add a mechanic and I completely forgot what I was trying to add. Oh man. We need to add some sort of like a pet helper mechanic. All right. Yes. Yes, we love our transparent images. Honestly, if they weren't transparent though, like I'm pretty sure they would just like show up as completely black and we wouldn't even see them. Oh, I totally forgot. Now that we have some new folks, I'm just gonna repaste the link to this whiteboard, and I'm gonna also paste the link to the check-in link because we love spamming links. No, we don't, but we love spamming the MLH check-in link. Okay, anyway.
Check in so you can get the rewards, all of the cool swag, the cool stickers.
Yes, absolutely. Cat, I guess I won this round. Okay, so I think we have a pretty good idea on what this thing's gonna look like, and I guess like maybe like how the level looks. One thing that we should also add while we're on this design section is actually like the difficulty escalation. How is this going to scale in difficulty? Like, are we going to make it so that I guess oh, we forgot to add an enemy to here. We need, what was our enemy plan? I think our plan was to
The
have
rabbit.
rabbits.
You see
Yes.
a rabbit over here. Oh. Oh,
is that a rabbit
no.
with a gun? Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, lettuce
It's the
guard.
lettuce guard. Okay. Oh, whew.
Oh, it's like a.
I
It's
was
like
scared
mini
for a second
hoe,
that the
right?
rabbits could have a
It's
gun.
I think it's a trowel, right? The lettuce guard has a trowel, and it's gonna dig up all the lettuce before you can mine it. Not mine it, harvest it. Thank you for the rabbit. Okay. Yes, there's some rabbits, and they're eating all the lettuce before you can farm it. So, what if the mechanics are you have to plant the lettuce and then farm it in time before all of the rabbits eat it all? And then you can plant different types of lettuces that take longer to grow. And that can be how you can get more money or more XP. How's that for an idea?
Whoa, big ant.
Oh no.
The point blank execution. Oof.
Dang. Wait, could you zoom in on the lettuce, Ryan? I just realized that you're on Windows, right?
I am definitely on Windows. It looks more like celery, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I swear it's romaine lettuce, guys.
This is what I see right now.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. No, I think it's hit or miss on the emojis between Apple and Microsoft. I generally like the Microsoft emojis better because I like how cartoony they are, but like yours still looks like lettuce? Oh, that's good. I'm not sure why mine doesn't look like lettuce. I don't remember what I was saying before this. Looks like Cat has to get nerfed. Otherwise, Cat's too overpowered. Off-brand Windows. Off-brand lettuce. Bro, no, I have a full Windows installation. I think it's just because I'm still in Windows 10 because my computer's too old to pick up Windows 11. But also, I think Windows 11 has a lot more bloatware that comes with it. So like, I don't mind. Discord emojis. You know what? I need to like check up the emoji
I love Discord
comparisons.
emojis. They remind me of
Yeah.
Super Auto Pets. Like the salad bowl.
Let's see. We got the leafy green. All right, let's take a look at the emoji designs. Apple with the hyper-realistic, not hyper-realistic, but the semi-realistic lettuce. What even changed between these two versions? Okay. got this.
Oh, the
Google
pizza's done.
one. The pizza's done.
Yup.
I'm just looking for the Discord emoji before I vote on it. Bro, do I have to like actually open up Discord? I'm not gonna open that up on stream.
Pineapple on pizza. Oh, that's a that's a hot topic. I think pineapple belongs on pizza. I think that is a good thing to have.
I like the variety. What is the
See,
last one?
Cat gets
Oh,
it.
yeah. Okay. Sorry, that took me so long. The Discord lettuce emoji is actually kind of really nice. I think that's pretty high tier. I'm gonna add that to here. Just a quick screenshot of it because I don't know how else to grab it. I think that's a nice middle ground. Oh my god. Wait. There's a lot of text. Okay. Always pass on the left, pass on the right in certain circumstances.
This one driving?
What is this in reference for?
I think that's driving.
Hmm.
Pass on left.
Oh, maybe.
Alright, I think this is pretty good for some content design. How the game would generally look like. I love the lettuce guard with the big trowel.
And the lettuce hat.
And the lettuce hat. Alright, I guess we're kind of zooming through it, but do you want to get into programming patterns next?
Yeah, let's get into programming patterns. I'm gonna quickly
Alright.
change the music because I think we've been listening to this for a bit long.
Yeah.
Let's see. Put on some nice.
With some night driving music.
Oh, there's one that's called Feeding the Ducks.
This one's cool. I like this.
I'm kind of vibing with this. Gotta stay on that grind. I'm coding Tower of Lettuce alongside this. Keep up the good work. I don't know how you're so attentive to be able to be doing 3 things at once, but you do you.
Hopefully some of the ideas from this game mix into your game. I'm excited for Wednesday.
Absolutely.
Okay, I guess for programming
So,
patterns, will this fall under production? Post-production or... Oh, no, this is pre-production. Sorry, production.
Yeah.
Oops.
Post-production is like after the game's basically like
Yeah.
ready to ship. So programming patterns. Turns out that there's a couple of different ways to organize your code. Up until now, all of our design stuff has been pretty non-technical, but something that is arguably part of the design process, more so the engineering design process, is programming patterns and how you plan to kind of like organize your code. So if we hop into the link, which is also in the resources way over on the right where it says learn, second link, it'll bring you to this publicly available book. Well, this is actually the home page. You don't actually need to buy it. You can just read it from the web. So there's a bunch of different programming patterns. We can just kind of like go through and like figure out what would be most appropriate for our game. So we've got these different patterns. It doesn't actually have a brief, so we'll have to go into each of these things. So first pattern we can look at, the command pattern, where we encapsulate requests as objects and a lot of dev talk, but basically we treat every request as an object. So every request in our game would be like, I guess, like any event-driven action that happens. So that's an interesting idea. Oh, it also talks a lot about the idea of using all of these button presses as events. Well, actually, yeah, kind of already said that. Okay, I'm gonna just skip to the bottom, and we're gonna try to go to the next chapter to see what the next option is. We've got the flyweight pattern, which talks a lot about. Let's see.
If you want to go back to the main TL draw, I've pasted some examples to use.
Ah.
It might help.
Oh yeah. Good examples. I guess we don't have to go into depth.
Yeah, so just to briefly go over everything, there are so many different ways to kind of encapsulate data and abstract it into data types for use in the game. So one of the most general way to think about things is kind of from the observer design pattern, which is thinking of you have some kind of game logic that is tied to an ID, and when you are subscribed to that game logic, the entire process applies to it. So kind of like you have a streaming service and you subscribe to it, all of the amenities that come from a streaming service, or in this case, a game logic pattern, will apply to you. So if you want to say like an enemy has an enemy AI, you could have that as a game logic pattern, and you just assign it to that entity, and then it will kind of take on all of these different attributes. So that's kind of the idea of an observer game pattern, or sorry, observer design pattern. Other ways to think about it is you can also go into the idea of your game design or your environment itself, where if you look at the tree pattern that I'm on right now, can we get a quick zoom on that?
Oh, my bad. I got you, fam.
Thank you. Okay, so you can kind of think of it also from designing your levels and dealing with the art of everything, right? So whenever you have these trees, you have to think about how you plan to design it. So of course you have the bare bone mesh of so kind of like the collision or the model itself, right? But then you want to style it on top of that. So you can add bark to it, you can add some leaf textures. I forgot what it's called whenever it's on top of it. You can also add leaf shaders to style them. And kind of just these different attributes to objects you might have in your scene. So you can also think of encapsulation as things like that. Along with this, there's another example to the left of a game object where it has zone, collision, prop, rendering, decorations, just different types of attributes on everything. And in the end, effectively designing how you plan to create everything is the best way to have stuff that is bug-free, while also easy to develop with. So let's say you have a standard monster, or in this game, let's say rabbits, we'll have a standard rabbit, and then we can have attributes to make it more difficult or add up and buff the level of it, right? So we can have an increase in difficulty in everything. Another thing is we want to have different spawn frequencies at different points in the game. Maybe whenever you are at a higher level, they spawn more frequently, or if you have a lot more plants planted, that might also increase the frequency. So we can also create a spawner that will take from a monster and just spawn it based on a frequency parameter that is set, right? So in a way, there's so many different design patterns that will both help and also, in a way, not help in designing a game. So picking from all of these, we can kind of design how we would want to structure this game. So let's say lettuce, for example. How do we want lettuce planting, or I guess farming, to work? If anyone's in the TL draw, feel free to just type an idea in a sticky note of how this would work. So I'll go ahead and start with one of them, and let's say that the way we want lettuce planting to work is we have a lettuce object. And in this lettuce object, we can take in a parameter of level. So maybe the higher level the lettuce, the more time it will take, but also the more scalar time it will take, but also the more XP it might reward in the end. We might also want to have a rabbit resistance. So these can have a higher resistance to rabbits in case we want to have a perk or a shop thing in the end where, let's say we have pesticide in our lettuce. Probably not the best thing to include in lettuce if you think about it, but we have rabbit resist. Let's say that we also want, let's say instead, what if we don't want this to be a lettuce object, but a plant object instead? And this can take from, lettuce object can take from this. So we can also include maybe different upgrades in the end where we have like cabbage. I don't know why that's not letting me type that. So we can cabbage or lettuce that take from a plant object. So this is not the best way to illustrate this in TL Draw, but y'all kind of get the point of where I'm going with this. So it's kind of the idea of trying to build up these patterns, because in the end, you could hard code everything individually, but that makes it a lot harder to end up coding in the end and a lot less optimized. So if you think about everything from an object-oriented standpoint, you have perks there, but also in a way, thinking about it from a functional point of view is also a really nice, an easy way to organize everything. So I kind of went pretty deep in there. So if anybody needs some clarification or some time to think about it, just let me know. You have anything, Ryan?
Yeah, I was thinking we should just keep going, because our goal here is to try to figure out the design for as much of this app as we can in this stream. So, I think, yeah, let's keep it up. Do you mind if I just like yoink these examples and move them out of this space so that we can just focus on our design pattern?
Yeah. Yep, sounds good.
All right, yoink. Paste this over here. They are now frameless. All right, there we go. All these awesome patterns to choose from. Do you know if we're picking from a particular like design pattern archetype, or if we're just kind of like freeballing it based off of what it is that we think is useful?
I think we can just go ahead and freeball it from what we think is useful, because if we were to stick with anything in general, we could do this for hours. It's basically the kind of schema that we're going for with this game.
Absolutely. All right. Let's see. I think we're also going to need whoop. There we go. Yeah. I think we should maybe. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna let you cook real quick before I say anything.
What are the enemies again? Rabbits, ants, anything else?
Emu. There's an emu in there.
Emu. Okay. So we got rabbits,
was, right?
and emu.
Yes.
Or emu. Is the emu the minion?
No, I think it was looking at the game pitch. It was one of the enemies.
Okay. Crabs.
Crabs.
All right, I like it. So I guess with any enemy entity, we have a damage, right? So how much damage it can inflict. We also have, I guess this is kind of attributed to a level. So it's like a sub attribute. I'm gonna go ahead and left justify this so I can have indentation. So we have damage that is attributed based on level, which would be another level of abstraction in this case. What else would an enemy have? I guess maybe speed, how fast it can walk. Maybe delay, so how much time it takes till it can kill another crop. Not kill, till it can unalive another crop. I guess we can also have an XP. So, or this could be another attribute of a level. So whenever you end up removing a pest, it can also drop some XP towards your level. So you can get more incentive for the player to remove enemies. Ooh, I like it. Requirement to spawn, yes. That could be an attribute of level, or it could be its own attribute where that is independent from what level it is. Or level might be an attribute of that too. So there's so many ways to go about this. It depends on how we kind of want to run this game or the main game loop. So okay. So we can have a from this enemy entity, we can have a enemy that inherits this, and we can name it a boss entity. So we have a boss entity now, and this has set levels, right? And the requirements to spawn in this case would be Bugs Bunny will spawn at level 100. Like that. Or there's not enough characters. It's like level 100. I'll just say level 10.
We
Okay.
can just make the sticky note wider. Is there a way to make
How
it
do you
wider?
make sticky notes wider? I don't think so.
There's not? Oh my god. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, close enough.
Yes, I love it.
Cat with the
Thank you
save.
for the 0. Thank you for the save. Yeah. So these would be how we would design different objects in this game. Of course, there's a lot more to each of these. Like, how would you design what zone it spawns in, where the spawn locations are, collision with the character, how you would handle any interactions where the character's on top of it or interacts with it, etc. We can also move into maybe a little bit more fine-grained here, but how we design each piece of lettuce, right? So this is getting a little bit into the graphic side of things and how we would work with shaders. So let's do plant model, right? Or in this case, I'll just do lettuce model. Oh. When you start, you have to pick a biome and any spawn variants. Oh, it's like the Stardew Valley and the different farm spawns. I like it.
Good call out.
I like it. I like it. All right. So let's say that we want to have a plant model, right? How are we going to design this? So we're going to have our base mesh, which is kind of going to, let's say, I'll do like a 3D cross section here. But imagine that you have this plant and we have this this mesh, right? And it's going to be the main mesh where if a player interacts with it, we actually call it an event, right? On top of this, what we can have is we can go Minecraft in a way where you'll have like 2 different pictures that are on each cross section. So it's kind of overlaid to have this effect where it looks like it's a piece of lettuce, but in the end, it's just 2 images, each perpendicular to each other. Or you can have shaders on it. Let's say you want to have the lettuce move with the wind, right? Or have this animated effect. I'm sure there's like better technical words here, but I am not the most technical when it comes to this. So any modelers that have any opinions on this, please let me know. Would definitely appreciate it. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah. Perfect. So yeah, so there's so many different things that you can do. This is kind of exemplified in this example over here, where there's so many different layers you can have to this plant model. Let's say you wanted to have like a sparkle effect, if it's high level, right? So all of these things would be included in a modal for a plant, and that's going to be how you basically design the plant. Oh, I love it, Ryan. That's a really cool drawing. I'm gonna remove my drawing. That's so much better. Yep. So you can kind of see the base model or the base mesh in the green, and then just another texture each 90 degrees apart from each other, kind of giving it a 3D effect with this. So from a 2D perspective, it's giving a 3D effect. And then, of course, you could have shaders on top of this if you wanted to move or have any type of animated effect. So I guess, should we continue with this, or do we want to move to the make real part of everything?
Well, I mean, you seem so eager to share that. I think... Oh, actually, wait. I just saw this question. Let's answer this question first. 2D or 3D
Okay.
game? I think looking at our drawing over here. Oh my gosh. My screen is so laggy. Okay. This looks like it is at least a bird's eye view, and whether it is a 2D or 3D game is up to you guys, and whether or not you want to learn 2D or 3D. In our specific thing, I don't think it matters too much. It is a good thing to keep in mind, though.
Yep. It could be like Stardew Valley
I
in a
think
way.
so. Yeah, top
Where it's like
down kind of
2D.
view.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Do we want to switch over to make real for the last 30 minutes?
Sounds good. I'll let you set up your screen share.
All right, sounds good. I guess before that, real quick, we can briefly cover the post-production process of how you would move this game from the development process to the starting to market it and put it on platforms for users to enjoy. So to briefly go over everything, the best platform for your model is the one that best captures your audience, right? So if you're going for a game that is 3D that requires a lot of input, you're probably going to want to move it to a console or to a desktop platform as opposed to a mobile platform, right? Or if you're doing a game that is 2D, that's probably a little bit better for games that have controllers. So thinking of what platform is best for your game is a really important idea to have at the beginning of the process, but also at the end. Because in the end, you can have a game that is not for a specific platform, but you can still have a port for it to capture that audience. In addition to that, engagement methods, you can, and market strategy, you can try to key it and pitch things towards YouTubers, streamers, give away free keys, build up an audience through Discord, just general ways of marketing a game to get it into other audiences. Also, applying for game jams and creating games during game jams is a really good way to capture an audience, because winners of these game jams get streamed and post a lot on YouTube. So free with microtransactions and DLC. yeah. The freemium model. Sad emoji. Yeah. So going into the model of free versus paid, it definitely is dependent on what you're going for and your situation and how you're going with the game development process. Where if you have a studio and you're hiring employees, you probably need to make it a paid model, or you can move into a freemium model where it's free for everyone, but they can make microtransactions to generate revenue. Yeah, sorry, that was a lot of words. Yeah, okay. So the next thing is the post-launch support and content. This is probably one of the most important things that any game developer should never glance over, and it is making sure that you capture feedback and you respond to feedback adequately. We've all seen those games that have launched that had a really, really good idea, but maybe missed the mark by a tiny bit or a lot, and they didn't have a good response to their community. I won't name any examples here, but we've definitely had a few in the last few years. So one of the best ways to combat and to get feedback before you release is to have playtesting, and that's where you generate keys and you're able to give it to people. Some things that are really overlooked is whenever you do testing, you want to test and give away keys during weekends. So times when you're not working on the game, or you should be going outside and not working 24/7. And by the time you come back, you can have a good amount of feedback to review after the weekend ends. Another cool thing is, depending on the audience that you're going into, if they're people that are a little bit more active than inactive, you probably don't want to give out that many keys, because you might have a lot of feedback that is over the same issue in a game or the same pain point, basically. So let's say that some aspect of the shop doesn't work. If you give away 10,000 keys, you're probably going to get 1,000 plus responses minimum, all complaining about the same shop feature not working. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Probably a little bit more nuanced. But yeah, that's kind of some basic things to think about whenever creating this game and after launching it, dealing with post-launch support. But yeah, so that is a quick rundown over how post-production works. If you guys want to see more resources, definitely check out the TL Draw link. We'll have an archive link available after the stream, and we'll post it in the MLH chat. But there's a bunch of resources on the far right of the screen, including TL Draw, the game design document, and other articles online to view. Definitely recommend the Pirate Software's game development or develop.games link. Really cool, as well as Game Maker's Toolkit on YouTube. They are the ones that make one of the biggest game jams of all time every single year. So check out those videos, check out how they work and go through the design process. It's definitely worth a watch. But yeah, all right. Let me get Makereal up real quick. And yeah.
Dude, Cat popping off with these ideas right now.
Thank you, Jackson.
Yes, glad
We
to
love
hear
the
that it was the
positive
most
feedback.
collaborative session.
I think it's cool to work together on creating a game, because in the end, there's no bad feedback. All the feedback helps us create a better game for people to enjoy. So, And I definitely love the. I want to see all of these implemented cat by Wednesday. Oh, that'd be a lot of fun. Okay, so let me share my screen real quick.
Yeah, go for it. All right, I'm gonna cut off the stream share now.
Okay, I think this should be it. All right, can you all see my screen?
Now we can.
Looking good? All right, perfect. Okay, so this is Make Real by TL Draw. If you guys want to check it out, go to makereal.tldraw.com. Unfortunately, you do need to have an OpenAI API key with the vision permissions on, which typically requires $5 deposited into your OpenAI account. But if you guys have $5 to spare and want to try out a really, really cool tool that we'll be showing off in the stream, it's honestly worth it. You're going to see a lot of cool things here. So let's begin by prototyping this game. So the cool things that you can do with Make Real is you can have a UI that you display, and you can also create a bunch of state machines. So let's say that we want to call this the game UI. We can put that right here. Let's go ahead and create some controls for this. And also, unfortunately, this is not collaborative. I really wish Make Real was, so yeah. Just pop in if you guys want to see anything on here, because I can't see chat right now. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to create some buttons real quick. And these are going to symbolize the different actions you can take in the game. So let's say we have a up button. We have a down button. We have a left button. And we have a right button. And then I'll resize these. Right. Cool. Okay. So we have our buttons. We can just real quickly prototype them here, draw them, put them on our UI. So for this game, we have a character, which I'm going to draw and call player. And I'm going to real quickly make this game UI a bit bigger so we can have a bit more real estate. Yeah. So with this, we have a player. And let's say that we're going to have a score counter in the top left with our score per se, right? So score counter. With this, we're able to now work with it through finite state machines, or in the end, just think of it like a process where you start on, let's say, idle, where idle is no action at all, and we can go ahead and add some actions. So for now, let's create up, down, left, and right movements. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create these circles or ovals, where I'm going to do what's it called? Move player up. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that, move player down, move player left, move player right. And then we can add some arrows to all of these where it is on left button. I'm going to actually expand this a little bit more. Ooh. Okay, there you go. All right, so I'm going to add a few more of these. And then if you want to go over chat while I write this, just chat. Okay, we're going to work on moving the player left real quick. And then moving the player right. With all of these, we can also link them to go back, so we can finish the finite state machine here. So I'm going to just finish these linkages. Okay. There we go. Okay. So all of this, I'm going to color them all red. That way it can detect it a little bit better. All right, and what we can do here is we just select everything, then we click Make Real. And while this loads, I'll show you a little bit of what I've prototyped during the stream, so you can see a few iterations of just trying to create a movable object. This one, of course, broke. You can see it kind of going off to the bottom right. This one kind of worked, but you can only move once in either direction. And that kind of shows how you need to have a full finite state machine where you go back. Over here was me making a lettuce demo. So you can see how you're able to move and eat all these lettuces. So we're going to try to kind of recreate this in TL Draw. And it also shows your lettuce score. If I can resize this. Yeah. So you can see the prototype that we've created right here from this game UI with Make.Real. So let's say I want to move the player down, right, down, up, left, and you see that the score accumulates every time we make a movement, right? So this is pretty cool. We have the movement, we have the player, we have the canvas, and we have a score. So let's quickly check. Okay, it has no out-of-bound collision detection. So we'll probably need to add that. So let's continue with this and let's add some collision detection. So let's say that if out of bounds, we are going to reverse last action. And then we'll go ahead and undo that right after. And then while we're at it, let's go ahead and add some lettuce objects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another state machine where I'm going to make this actually labeled game state machine. I'm going to make another one called game on load state machine. So first we're going to have a on load. You're going to on start. We're going to spawn 10 lettuce objects. Spawn 10 green lettuce objects. And then we just end there. And while we're here, we can add a collision detection where we can do a on inside lettuce or on player inside lettuce object. We can remove lettuce, add 1 to score counter, and we can respawn lettuce randomly on canvas. With this, we can add this to the state machine, have that, and then make it go back. And with this, we should have some form of lettuce farmability. So let's go ahead and regenerate this. I'm gonna move this out of the way into another Make.Real. Yeah, Jackson. I'm not too sure about how TL Draw, Make.Real works in the back end, but I'm sure it's using some sort of that, yeah. Using vision and also just multimodal inputs. All right, okay. So it's loading real quickly. We should end real soon. I guess some other demos of other iterations. We're kind of working with detecting wind zones. So, oh, this one only had up. I think this one had down, but yeah. Oh, the collisions worked a little too well. Yeah. So you're able to go into a wind zone, for example, and it says GG. Okay, let's see what this does now. Let me see if we can resize this. Okay, we still have the score counter. Nice. Okay. Oh, the can it's respawning 10 each time. Okay. So you can see that in this oh no. What's happening? Okay. You can see in this demo, it's spawning 10 random lettuces each time. I probably should have specified an amount, but you can see a score does go up. So I'll take that as a win. So I'm gonna do respawn one lettuce randomly on canvas. That way it knows. And next we should have a prototype that will actually be able to count lettuces and do that. So next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add another part of the UI on here for a shop, for example, right? So I'm gonna just real quickly do this. And we're gonna call this shop. And then we'll have some upgrades. So I guess some easy upgrades to implement in TL Draw would be make player bigger or bigger player. I'll just do size +1. I'll do bigger player. All right. So I have a bigger player. We're going to have a cabbage lettuce upgrade where everything is more dense, therefore gives more score. And what's another good last one? Oh, thank you, Jackson. Any other ideas for a shop item? Ryan?
Oh, add some pets. We have our
Oh, that might
minions,
be
right? We have to add our minions somehow.
That might be a little too hard for TL Draw.
Yeah, probably to implement. Hey Mark, welcome to the stream. We're almost wrapping up, but basically after we did our game design stream, Ryan wanted to showcase how to use a AI-powered fork of the whiteboarding tool we were using to rapidly prototype using generative AI, some sort of a playable demo using some state machines and a basic UI, a very low fidelity UI. So to answer your question, kind of.
What we're gonna do here is we're going to increase player size by 50%. Let's do a big number here, just for the giggles. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna say, click bigger player. Oh, this is kind of a little squished. There we go. All right, and we're gonna increase player size by 50%. This might need to be a bit bigger. And we are also going to remove 50 points from shop. Actually, I'm gonna move this into a different state where remove 50 points on successful removal of 50 points. So we can kind of have a logic process here. So if the player does not have 50 points, they cannot get this upgrade. I don't know why it's not resizing though. We can do a increase player size by 50%. All right. And then if they do not have enough points, we're just going to move them back to idle. Hopefully I should be able to get these last two features out in time. So I'm going to just real quickly, player doesn't have 50 points. And I'll just move this down, this up. All right, and then on click bigger player. Sorry if this is a little chaotic. And then we're just gonna check player point amount. And then if this is successful over here, we're going to move it back to idle. This is getting a little chaotic. All right, I guess for now, I will just have the bigger player mechanic in interest of time. So I can just go ahead and move this over here. There we go. So this is a massive state machine. Let's go ahead and see if MakeReal can generate something cool. So, yeah. I guess in the meantime, we can listen to some comments. So yeah, if y'all are wanting to use MakeReal, oh yeah, Jackson, it's so cool. It's if you have an OpenAI API key and you add $5 to it, you can get access to Vision, and with that, you can also use Make Real with it. And it's so cool. They also had another project, I think it was called Fast Draw, right? That they sunsetted recently, but you can download it and host it locally on your machine. And basically, you can draw in TL Draw, and it will try to make a sketch drawing out of that. So I can go ahead and try to find a screenshot real quick. Really, really cool projects from the TL Draw team. They also have a Discord that is super open. If you guys want to see any of it, let's see if we can find a real quick photo.
Yeah, you can probably just like open up the GitHub TL Draw like organization and then find the repo that way. There's a lot of really cool projects. That's why we love open source. Everybody can see what's going on the under the hood, and self-hosted.
Oh no, these don't work. Okay, I'm gonna remove the shop items. I think it's confusing the canvas. I want to get a version that works here. So I'm gonna just remove the shop real quick.
Yeah.
Dang it. Okay. Yeah. So while Make Real is really, really cool, unfortunately there are limits to it. I don't think you can make an entire game out of Make Real, but if somebody wants to prove me wrong, please do. I think it'd be really, really cool to see people pushing the limits of TL Draw. So let's try to regenerate the canvas one last time and see if we can get a game where a player is able to move around and eat lettuce. All right. But yeah, you can see the few prototypes I've already come up with just for this project. There's so many cool things you can do with it, and it's really cool to see how accurate it can be too. So look at the collision on this. You don't have to manage any of that. And the coolest part is you can copy the HTML. You can also open it in CodeSandbox, Stackblitz, or Replit, and you can also open it in a new tab, which is really, really cool if you want to play the game like this. So
yeah, it's definitely more appropriate for like a website or like an app design than for games. But the fact that you can do it for that is pretty fire.
For real. So let's play the game now. Let's see how it works. Oh, it's doing the add 10 again. Yeah. So there's a few minor hiccups, but you can kind of see the idea of where TL Draw is going. It's a really cool tool to use to design prototypes pretty fast, which you can do with Make Real or without Make Real, but Make Real definitely makes the coding part a lot easier. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to share with Make Real. If you guys want to use this, once again, go to makereal.tldraw.com, get yourself an OpenAPI key, deposit $5 into the account. If you have any other questions, feel free to message the Make Real Discord or ping me or the other Ryan in the MLH Discord. But I hope if you guys were to take anything out of this, I would definitely hope you guys took away lettuce. Eat more lettuce. Please take away lettuce from this.
Eat more lettuce. Go home and eat some lettuce.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out with us today, guys.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all we got time for today. Any questions before we wrap it up?
Personally, I'm just going to admire our beautiful game design document that we made, and also how cool the TL Draw platform is as an open source project.
Absolutely. We got a lot done today. Look at this entire canvas. Pretty cool. I mean, we can add broccoli too. I'm not opposed to broccoli. But lettuce, on the other hand, lettuce is pretty cool. Yeah. If you guys enjoyed this as much as I have, please don't forget to sign in to the event if you guys haven't already, to get your free stickers and your free swag pack from MLH. Besides that, we have a lot of other cool events going on at Global Hack Week. If you go to ghw.mlh.io, feel free to tune into any of those other technical streams or fun events, because there's a lot of cool stuff going on this week. And I'm really excited to see what games y'all create at the very end of it. Because I know Kat's creating a pretty cool lettuce game.
Yes. I want to see that somewhere. A video is absolutely fine.
It's I'm gonna put on some cool music real quick. Do you have any?
Change the music to some sort of closing thing. I'm like trying to like paste our thing in the Games Week Discord. Let's see. I wonder if I might just have to screenshot it.
We can do a quick export too. See if that
Yeah.
works. Yeah, if you guys have any other questions or need any assistance, feel free to @ Ryan Lay or me, Ryan3, in the MLH Discord. We'll be here at the event if you guys need any help. And yeah.
Don't mind me as I try to finish my Discord message.
Yup. I really like the use of MakeReal with the new AI tools. I think it's really, really cool.
Dude, I'm like
Are you
I'm
with it?
vibing with this music change.
Me too. We should see if we can get a cactus eating channel point redemption award. That'd be pretty cool.
Turn the music
Turn the
up.
music.
Okay. Let's see. Won't be able to hear anything now.
All right, y'all. That is. Oh. All right, y'all. That is pretty much all we have for today. If you guys want to check out the next stream, which is Building a Game in Python Part 2, that should be going on right now. So please join David as he works on building a game in Python. Oh, it's rescheduled.
Oh, what?
Haha.
Oh. I
Isn't
should
it
have
like
sworn I
an
just
EP?
saw an announcement. Oh no! Oh, that's so
Oh, no.
sad. Well, I don't think we're in a position to take over for his stream.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, chat, on making it all the way through yet another stream. Happy hacking, and we'll see you guys. I don't know when we'll see you guys, but we'll see you guys in the server at least. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all. Both Ryans out.
Yes. Oh, there it is.